Hello everyone and welcome to the Digimon Ghost Game video. This time I'm going to be talking about episode 60 of Ghost Game, which is called Water Ghost, which not only introduces us to two new Digimon, but also some older Digimon as well. And yes, I am quite sunburnt. Please be nice to me. This is me with sunblock on, by the way. Hate to see me without it. But in any case, this week's episode had the main characters find out about some curse due to some dried up mummy, which turns out to be an entirely new Digimon, Cathylamon, who more or less appears to be some evil, evilish version of Marine Angemon, which is definitely a cool design. I guess this is pretty clear that this is the unknown Digimon from the Jellymon BE memory that I've mentioned a few times. It is unfortunate that it's not the blast version of Marine Angemon, but I'll also take a brand new Digimon over just another Digimon that we've already seen before. So that is cool. We get a brand new Digimon, Cathylamon. Pretty cool design going on here. And really kind of fun character, kind of like hilariously evil, like in a sort of like this is just fun kind of way, not just a I'm evil and want to destroy the world. She's just out there living her best life. She's kind of chaotic, which is fun because we have Jellymon who has also fairly chaotic energy. I kind of want her to return and be like best of buds with Jellymon. But in any case, this week had the Mon of the Week kind of like drenching the entire area in water and basically turning people into these terrifying, gross zombies where they're just kind of like spitting out all the water from their body because, you know, humans are mostly water and they just are left with like a husk without any water left in them. However, Ghost Game decides not to kill all the characters and they're turned back to normal at the start or the end of the episode. So the start of the next episode will not have any like random dead people with all their water drained from them, which is kind of something that I'm not liking from Ghost Game lately, is that they've got less of a commitment to killing people. They're just going to revert it at the end of the episode. It's been a while since we've had any that these characters are just straight up dead. They keep on confirming, oh yes, everyone's back to normal. Though it kind of makes sense because in this case, Hiro and Ruli also got the water drained from them. But in general, the gross kind of like look of them is fairly horrifying in such like a body horror fantastic way that we've been really enjoying from Ghost Game, but I just kind of wish they would commit to more deaths. So in any case, we have the debut of Jellymon's Mega, which is Amphimon, who we have previously seen the design of, both on her BE memory card roster and also her promo card, which came out in this month's Psycho Jump. So we have Kyosho is kind of like the last man standing in this battle against Cathylamon, and they have to go underwater because everything, like the whole town's been drowned, and they have to go underwater using Submarimon to kind of track down the Cathylamon and her like army of Hangyomon. So it is really nice always seeing these new Digimon as well as these older Digimon like Hangyomon/Divamon and Submarimon. Something else I noticed is that we have a shot of like Gamamon inside of Submarimon, and this reminds me of Thetismon's card from, I think it was Booster Set 10, where we have, interestingly enough, Thetismon hanging out with Marine Angemon, so like not evil Cathylamon, and we also have in the background Gamamon piloting a Submarimon. Whether or not that is meant to directly reference or hint at this episode, even though it came out before this episode, or whether it was just like a fun kind of coincidence, which, what Digimon are underwater? Submarimon. Oh, can we have Gamamon from Ghost Game in it? Sure, and they just put him in Submarimon. Whether or not it's just a coincidence, or whether it's actually on purpose, who's to say? But it is interesting that Marine Angemon is also on that card, because Cathylamon was in this episode. And again, it's just evil Marine Angemon. But in terms of its design, I was kind of worried it would just be like very basic color swap of Marine Angemon, but like evil colors. And more or less we did get that, but there was a little bit more to her design. She kind of looks like stitched together. Like maybe she could have started life as a Marine Angemon, but then she got like I don't know, Frankenstein monsters and got combined with other things. She has, rather than like healing powers and love hearts and things, she has tentacles which can kind of like choke out people, which is again horrifying. So she's more than just a simple color swap, which is absolutely fantastic to see. It's not just, oh, let's just have this original color but make it purple. It's a little bit more than that, but it's not too much more. So it's not too busy in terms of the design. There's not too much going on there, but at the same time, there's not too little. It's not just a simple, they changed the color palette slightly or added some extra lines or removed some lines in the case of Shamblemon, which was Mushumon's newly designed or newly debuted adult form. So this is a lot more than just that. That's pretty cool. In terms of Amphimon's design, it is, I love this design. I love how they didn't go like pretty anime waifu. We have Thetismon, who already fits that kind of like that demographic of like the anime waifu lovers, and now we have just kind of like something more monstrous, but not in like, not too monstrous that it wouldn't look like Jellymon. It still looks like it could be evolved from Jellymon, and it suits pretty well. It's like a deep sea diver. It's a fairly cool design. She still has Jellymon-esque personality and Jellymon-esque design, but she's not just like a pretty anime waifu like we have with Thetismon and like we have with many, many other Digimon. So I'm glad that we didn't just go with another anime waifu. We also have like a really cool looking diver dude, or dudette? Dudette. Let's go with dudette. I don't know surfer terminology, whatever, but she's very cool. Love her design, love Cathylamon's design. And in general, this episode I wouldn't say was a fantastic episode or anything, but it also, I can't find that many things wrong with it. It just doesn't really stick out. I do like the Digimon designs, I do like Cathylamon, I do like Amphimon. But other than that, nothing really stuck out to me in this episode. I do like the telepathic heart-to-heart that Jellymon, or Thetismon rather, has with Kyoshiro, where they just talk about how they like humans now, and that helps them evolve because they were able to say that they had so much fun, so they have to protect these humans because they do like them, and that is sweet. But overall, it kind of just follows every story beat that I would expect. That's not necessarily always a bad thing, but it doesn't really make it stick out as an episode. It's just fine. The animation was fantastic. A lot of Ghost Game does have incredible animation. The animation staff seem to be going above and beyond every episode. It just looks fantastic. When we have the creepy people who are just like vomiting out water, that's horrifying, and they just look very gross and disturbing. I'm a big fan of that. That's very well done. But overall, the episode just seems kind of average. It follows the story beats I'd expect it to. It's just what I would say, like, you know, a normal Ghost Game episode. This one has an evolution and a new Digimon, but otherwise it's a normal episode of Ghost Game. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't like stand out as some incredible episode. It's just kind of okay. And again, nothing wrong with that, but I would like more episodes that I would say, oh, this is the best episode ever, 5 out of 5, best episode of Ghost Game, Ghost Game's the best. And Ghost Game is still very enjoyable. I'm still not sure if, like, by the end, if I'll place it above or below Atmon in terms of my overall rating of the Digimon anime, but it'll definitely be high up. I'm thinking, like, second place maybe at the very least, unless the ending just completely goes bad. So, but if the ending goes really well, it could probably dethrone Atmon as my favourite series. But overall, those are my thoughts for this week's episode. I did like it, but again, it's just fine. There's not anything that I'm going to take away from this as being extremely memorable, other than just like, oh, pretty new Digimon, that's shiny, and which is a good thing. But overall, yeah, it's an okay episode, nice to see new Digimon, And I would like to hear your thoughts about it. Maybe everyone loved this episode. Maybe everyone hated this episode. Maybe people agree with me and think it's mid. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video for, hey, new Digimon. That's always shiny. I love seeing new Digimon show up, especially ones that even though we'd already had Amphimon's design last year, it is nice to see her animated. And then Cathylamon, who we had a silhouette where we weren't really sure if that was a new Digimon or just Marine Angemon but a different form. So it is nice to have a brand new Digimon design that prior to today we didn't know about. So that's cool. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your Gilmon plushie if you have one. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!